Lori Morrow with Lori Morrow Homes here to talk to you about some of the questions that my sellers have. Where do I go after I sell? So there's lots of answers for that. And the frustration, I think, in Westchester is that there's a belief that we're very limited on ranch style homes or condominiums that have first floor bedrooms. And it's true, that is a challenge. We do have them, and I've been compiling a pretty in-depth list of ones that we could talk about. And of course, it depends on the most important thing that our sellers need to first identify is where do they want to live? Do they want to stay in their local community? Are they open-minded to moving outside their local community? Or are they really thinking to relocate to a different part of the United States? So those are three different conversations, right? And then after we focus in on what area that they want to stay in, and right now we're going to talk about Lower Westchester and some of the options that are there. We'll start with White Plains. White Plains has Club Point, which is a planned community that has amenities and it has first floor bedrooms. We have condominiums in such Larchmont, the Cambridge, that's a building. But that's one story living. Once you're in your unit, you're all on one story, and those are elevator buildings. And we have in New Rochelle, Watermark Point, which are 4-story condominium buildings. And on each floor, there's 2 units. And those are fairly large. And they also have the amenities of like walking paths, the beach, and a pool. Recently placed somebody in Stone Oaks in Hartsdale. They are loving it. That is a gated community and right off Central Park Avenue, which does not have first floor bedrooms. However, it's a townhouse style living, but there are the amenities of the pool and the tennis courts and of course the security of a gated community. You have a garage and laundry was on the first floor there. So that's a lovely place to live. Let's see, we have Brook Hills, which is going back to White Plains. Those are condo townhouses, and we have a clubhouse, pool, tennis courts, and some other activities there. Now, none of these are 55+ living communities, but they do attract a buyer who is over 55. And so there's a pretty large social component to living in these communities. High Point in Hartsdale or White Plains. It's on the border of Hartsdale and White Plains. It's 5 buildings off Central Park Avenue, and that is also like a gated community, and they share a pool and a clubhouse. There's some garage parking, some outdoor parking. I think those buildings are probably 6 stories. The units are pretty large, and that has much more of a Floridian kind of feel to it, but that is also another community that would work for somebody who is maybe you want to stay in White Plains area and downsize there. There's a Pondside Village. That's a lovely village. Also, it's on the edge of White Plains and it's like right off Terrytown Road. That's a small community with multiple size townhouse style living. Again, no first floor bedrooms. However, it does have a really nice amenities and a community. You're overlooking a little pond. Now, if you want to maybe think about going into Fairfield County, Fairfield County has one of my favorites is Doral Farms, which is in Stamford, and it has a pool and tennis courts. Again, the same type of environment. These are places that you are buying a lifestyle. You have an HOA, you don't have to worry about exterior maintenance. Can you plant flowers? Sure, you can plant flowers, but you don't have to mow your yard, right? So these are great opportunities. I know in Doral Farms, they have a huge pickleball community going on. So if you have more questions about where you could move and downsize from your larger home, where you could go in Lower Westchester County, contact me. I am Lori Morrow of Lori Morrow Homes. So give me a call.